But the Walt Disney Company announced on Monday that Jimmy Kimmel Live will return to the airwaves Tuesday for a brand new episode for the first time since it announced a suspension last week. Of course, Kimmel was suspended after remarks about Charlie Kirk's assassination, saying that the alleged shooter happened to be a MAGA follower, or at least he insinuated that, and that offended a great deal of people. Nexstar and Sinclair, the two companies that own dozens of ABC affiliates, threatened to drop Kimmel unless ABC and Disney took action. The Post has learned that Kimmel will stop short of making a full-fledged apology during his return on Tuesday. We know that Kimmel negotiated his return with Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, as well as his number two, Dana Walden, who is the co-chair of Disney Entertainment. We also don't know whether Sinclair and Nexstar will agree to broadcast programs. They haven't said anything publicly about Kimmel's return to the airwaves. We know that Sinclair had demanded that Kimmel offer up an apology to Charlie Kirk's family, and it also demanded that Kimmel make a donation to Turning Point USA, which is the activist group that Kirk founded. Turning Point USA's top communications official put out a post on X essentially calling on Sinclair and Nexstar not to air Kimmel's return on Tuesday. And he also accused Disney of caving to Jimmy Kimmel. Kimmel's suspension was widely criticized, particularly by Hollywood producers and actors, as well as some big names in entertainment like Howard Stern, David Letterman, Stephen Colbert. They decried what they call government censorship. The Kimmel crisis comes at a real sensitive time for Disney. The company is on the verge of seeking regulatory approval for a multi-billion-dollar deal that it struck with the NFL. Disney and the NFL agreed to a deal that would see Disney acquire a lot of the NFL's media properties. And in exchange, the NFL would take a 10% equity stake in ESPN, which is also owned by the Walt Disney Company. So the thinking goes is that Disney suspended Kimmel in the hopes of currying favor with the Trump administration so that it would sign off on its deal with the NFL.